So these are not criminal charges. It is a civil claim, and the civil claim under New York law actually allows for an extraordinarily broad scope of authority for the Attorney General to prosecute all manner of corporate fraud. It's a law that's been on the books in New York since 1956. And so because this is a civil case, there's no chance that the former president will be incarcerated as a result of anything arising out of this case. However, it may be the case that the 4 criminal matters that are pending against the former president won't hurt him as much as this civil case might, because this has the potential to hit him where he cares arguably the most, and that's about his pocketbook.
Thank you, everybody. I raised close to $6 million. It'll probably be over that amount when it's all said and done. But as of this moment, it's $5.6 million.
The judge has already found that Donald Trump, having reviewed all of the documents and facts, did commit this underlying fraud. And now we're dealing with questions of damages, of severity, and of additional claims beyond that underlying fraud. So there are a couple of consequences that could flow from this case, one of which is that the businesses that the Trump organization, Trump and his 2 oldest sons and his daughter are in charge of, will be dissolved in the state of New York. That has the potential of costing him some of his most valuable properties and business ventures within the state that is and was originally his home. There's also the potential of fines, civil fines up to, and the number that seems to be alleged in the Attorney General's filings and that seems to be most widely reported, is up to around $250 million.
Wow, what a crowd this is. It's freezing out here. It's freezing out here.
Hey man, are you going to Disneyland or what?
We will. We will. We'll go to Disneyland.
All right.
How do you feel now? Oh, we feel great. Thank you.
Alabama, South Carolina, 50 delegates with the following mountain delegates, 50 Trump.
In theory, it's potentially all of his properties that are located in New York State. So we're talking about Trump Tower, we're talking about 40 Wall Street, we're talking about his golf courses, we're talking about the range of properties in the state of New York that the former president and his family have owned and managed for many, many years.
We're going to crush crooked Joe Biden next November. We're going to make California great again.
We are filing a lawsuit against Donald Trump for violating the law as part of his efforts to generate profits for himself, his family, and his company.
Attorney General, is this just the beginning of your investigation into the Trump Organization? The indictment speaks for itself. Thank you.
The arguments here are, in essence, that New Yorkers have been defrauded. New York banks have been defrauded, New York insurance corporations have been defrauded, and potentially New York taxpayers have received less in tax revenue than they should have received if these properties had been properly valued. And it does seem very possible that Donald Trump will be placed under oath on the stand in New York State trial court on the fundamental question of, are you fundamentally dishonest and did you engage in fraud? But I suspect we will hear over and over again from the Trump legal team that the banks from whom Trump received loans, that the insurance companies from whom Trump received policies, that they made money, and that they were not only not victimized, but that they are sophisticated and savvy financial institutions who chose to ignore the false valuations because they wanted to do business with Trump.